Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. There's been a strong demand for Anthony Joshua and Jarrell Miller tickets for their June 1st showdown at Madison Square Garden. So tickets have gone on pre-sale from the Madison Square Garden site. Here's the promo here. So the pre-sale has now started. And what we've seen and come out from Frank Smith from Matchroom Boxing, here's a recent tweet. Already in just 2 hours, the highest grossing pre-sale for a boxing event ever in the Garden history. The Lion's Den is coming to New York. And I was looking at Eddie Hearn's Twitter timeline and all that sort of stuff, and he's been retweeting people saying, I've got tickets, da-da-da-da-da. And also I've seen on social media, it seems there's a lot of interest, one from the UK, but also from other boxing fans in general. If we go to the actual site itself, so remember, Madison Square Garden is just under 21,000 capacity for boxing. That's according to the Madison Square Garden website. So boxing here, 20,789. So just under 21,000 people. And I was looking at this ticket website. So this is the one here on screen. You can see that there's already been a number of seats snapped up. My guesstimation, somewhere in the thousands. It's really hard to say because nothing has been put out there concrete. But it's the prices. Some of these pre-sale. This is obviously some decent premium seats which have been going on sale. It's $3,500 to $5,000. So this is obviously for closer into the center of the, close to ringside. But if we look around, towards the outside, I'm not sure if those seats are actually on sale, but there is a healthy number of seats that have already gone in different sections, close to ringside here. And the way it's going, there could potentially be a sellout within a few days or a week or who knows, because this is the first ticketing milestone. This is the pre-sale that Madison Square Garden has done. I believe on Monday there is one that Matchroom is doing for their Fight Pass holders, and then after that there is it's more of a free-for-all. Anyone can have tickets, but effectively you can do that now through the pre-sale. If you have your code, you can go in and do other bits and pieces, and they've been putting that code out there publicly as well. But if you look around there, there's certainly a fair chunk of seats that have gone. I think these ones towards the outside that are sort of one or two in, I don't think they are on sale yet. But there does appear to have been strong demand in the opening couple of hours for tickets for Joshua and Miller on June 1st at Madison Square Garden. Frank Smith, from Matchroom saying, highest grossing pre-sale for a boxing event at the Garden history. The Lion's Den is coming to New York. And you may recall Deontay Wilder had come out and basically sort of said he didn't think that American fight fans, there might be some Brits who'd come over, but he thought that fight fans in general may reject this fight, that it wouldn't do that well. There potentially wouldn't be the interest for the fight because, Anthony Joshua had turned down Deontay Wilder, hadn't got that fight done. People would remember that. And Gerald Miller was a guy who wasn't known in his own city. But clearly, that might have been an optimistic view from Deontay Wilder because pre-sale tickets have started off strong. So that's, where we are at the moment with this. And I'll also get to some other news here from Gerald Miller. While I'm on this, I'll do this as well. So Miller is vowing to crush Joshua like Tyson did Frank Bruno. So if we get to the quotes here, I'm a guy that's actually bigger than him. AJ has an inch or so in height, that's about it, but activity and boxing IQ, good head movement and defense. I can throw a lot of punches and have a heart of 10 lions. I'm totally different. That's the main goal, run him over. I'm not playing no games with AJ. There's no way to prepare for me. There's no right way to prepare for a person like me. Like a Frank Bruno, he came in, he looked good, and he got flattened. Tune in, Big Baby Miller is not just the American champ, he's the English champ, he's the people's champ. If you want entertainment, you're going to get it, and this is a fight you need to see. So Gerald Miller is in full, fight mode, sell it to the people. He's currently not an American champ, and he's certainly not the English champ. And I think many fans at this point, given some of his recent opposition, would certainly not class him as the people's champ. But he's got the opportunity. He can take on Anthony Joshua June 1st, and we get to see how good Gerald Miller really is, because that is a question. We just don't know. He's faced, there's been some careful matchmaking in his career. Let's not disguise it. He's faced some guys like Johan Dorper and Marius Wok, who were clearly on the slide. And then obviously Thomas Adamek, he was completely rinsed, and Bogdan Dinu, an unknown and unheralded prospect. So there's been some very careful matchmaking in his career more recently. There is something there. He's a top 10 guy, but how good, we just don't know. But also, how's he going to hold up to the punches from Anthony Joshua? Can he sustain a couple of big punches? But similarly for Joshua, a guy who's 300 plus pounds bearing down on him, what's that going to do to Anthony Joshua in his spirit if Miller keeps coming? There's some interesting questions. So I'll be covering that in a video I'll be putting together in the next day or two. But yeah, Gerald Miller certainly is the beacon of confidence ahead of this fight. And I'm sure that Gerald Miller, no doubt, given he's got quite a big ego on him, he will believe that he's a big part of this early ticketing success. Will it be a sellout? It remains to be seen. But I mean, some of these prices, it is certainly, from what's available, it's a fair chunk of change for a fight. But, at the mecca of boxing, this is 3 belts on the line here. There's a lot to like about this fight, but also, there is also some other questions. So we'll have to see how it goes. It looks like it might head for a sellout, but we'll have to see. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.